affordable housing for seniors, honoring our veterans, and winter driving safety. This and more up next on this week's edition of Lexington Now. I'm Neil Noah, and this is Lexington Now for the week of November 19th, 2018. Finding affordable housing can be a challenge for some, even under the best of circumstances, and it can be especially so for senior citizens. Well, it has now become a little bit easier thanks to an announcement made by city officials and AU associates.
Good morning. Thank you all so much for being here. I am Holly Wiedemann, and I am the president of AU Associates. And first of all, in keeping with the theme this week, I just want to thank you all so much for coming out on a cold day just before the holidays. We're delighted to be breaking ground for Meadowthorpe Landing, which is AU's latest affordable housing development. This is AU's 27th development and the 6th in Lexington. It's going to be 71 units of affordable housing, and it's targeted to seniors. And it'll have 57 one-bedroom apartments and 14 two-bedrooms. And while all the units are adaptable, 6 units will be fully ADA compliant, and 1 will be designated as a hearing impaired unit. And when we have completed it, these grounds will have absolutely beautiful raised gardens and walking paths. It'll have a health room, a fitness room, a community room, and individual storage units. And we couldn't make this happen without the partnership of, you'll get to hear everybody who is here and has played a huge role. I see Tracy from Kentucky Housing Corporation, who plays a huge role in partnering on this and every project that we do.
Josh McKern, I want to recognize as our incoming council member from the district. Joe Smith, who has done an extraordinary job as council member for the last 2 years. Thank you, Joe, and Josh, welcome to your new role. It's exciting to be here at another project that represents what Lexington has done with affordable housing. Today, the city in the last 6 years has contributed over $12 million of city funds for affordable housing. Now, what has that done? That has translated into more than $112 million of total project value. And what does that mean in terms of individuals and people? Those who we're really, really working to help. More than 1,400 units of affordable housing in Lexington. And that demonstrates when the public sector and the private sector, as Holly said, can work together, that amazing and remarkable things can get accomplished. So we thank you all for being here today. Love Meadowthorpe. Love what always goes on in Meadowthorpe. I see y'all smiling, the neighbors here, because it is a slice of America, and it represents so much of what is good about not only Lexington, but our country. So thank you all for being here today. Holly, am I introducing Rick, or are you introducing Rick? Rick McQuady, who has done a fantastic job as our Director of Affordable Housing. I'd love to introduce him because I love everything that he's done. He has put us on the map in terms of affordable housing. A lot of cities have had funding, but they haven't been able to do with it and leverage with it what we've been able to do, and that's what Rick's been able to do.
Thanks, Mayor, and I too will be brief, but I think that everybody knows there's a significant need for safe, quality, affordable housing for senior citizens in Fayette County. And obviously this development will help meet that need. And Tracy, I've been in this position, I know that I've been in your position before. I think there's an opportunity for you all to fund another one that would even add more. But I'm not going to put pressure on you today. But we did invest $687,666 in this development in the form of a very low interest loan to make this development possible. And I want to thank all the partners that are here today. It does take a tremendous amount of partners to put a development like this together. And Holly and Johan and their team at AU Associates, they know how to put the partners together to make a development like this a reality. And last thing I want to say is I really want to thank the mayor and the city council for all the support that they've given to the Affordable Housing Fund here in Lexington, and all the support that they've given me, because that $112 million that the mayor spoke about, none of that would be possible without the leadership of Mayor Gray and the city council and their interest in providing affordable housing for the citizens of this community. And that's what's very important. So thank you all very much.
You want to do something?
I'm going to keep doing this until we get the foundation.
That sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right.
Recently, we honored those who have served in our nation's armed forces. Here's a look at one Veterans Day event.
If tomorrow all the things were gone I'd worked for all my life, and I had to start again with just my children and my wife, I thank my lucky stars to be living here today, 'cause there's pride in every American heart, and it's time to stand and say, I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the man who died and gave that right to me. But I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA.
And I'm just so excited that you all came out today, and I want to say Happy Veterans Day. And it's such a pleasure to be with you on this cold day. It's not too cold, the sun's out, we're blessed with that. And to stand together and honor with much appreciation the men and women who have fought the freedoms that we treasure in the United States. Welcome to the Veterans Park, where we salute those who have served in our military. This vast green space is a place for so many residents of Lexington to congregate, enjoy sporting activities, exercise, have fun with friends and family, and to celebrate momentous occasions such as this one today. One fantastic way our city has showcased its support for our veterans is right here among us today. Here we all come together along our War Memorial Walk. We currently have the memorials erected for the Korean and the Vietnam Wars, and over time we will have memorials for all the foreign wars. In addition, we have our Gold Star Families Memorial in the park, as well as the Blue Star Memorial. With all of this is the right thing to do for our veterans and their families. Plus, it's important for our future generations to learn and experience what our military has done to protect our country, including those living right here in Lexington. In honor and respect for those who have fallen during military service and for those MIA and POWs, I would ask you to join me in a moment of silence while we reflect on their service.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would be honored if you would stand with me while I pledge my allegiance to the United States of America. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Two. You may be seated.
I serve with a hero, many heroes in Congress who have served their country as veterans and in uniform. But one friend of mine I want to mention in particular, and his name is Brian Mast. Brian is a double amputee, hero to his country. He was a bomb disposal expert under the elite JSOC, the Joint Special Operations Command, serving in Afghanistan. He followed in his father's footsteps. His father was a soldier in the United States Army. And when he suffered his catastrophic injuries, lost both of his legs to an IED, and when he woke up at Walter Reed, his father was right there by his bedside. And his father said to him that, son, your greatest service and the example that you will set to for your children is still ahead of you. Your service, your greatest days of service are still ahead of you. Now, of course, Brian went on to serve his country further in public office. But I think the real story there is that veterans are an example to all of us to serve. We all should continue to serve in recognition of the service and sacrifice of our veterans. So may we all serve our country and community following the example of these veterans that we honor here today. You are our inspiration. It's my honor to represent the veterans of this district, and may God continue to bless the men and women in our military and our veterans and their families. Thank you very much.
You know, George Washington said, "The willingness with which young people are likely to serve in any war, no matter how justified, shall be directly proportional to how they perceive veterans of earlier wars were treated and appreciated by our nation." Veterans Day is our day to remember those who have served and those that are still serving. We remember those brave men and women who served in places like Gettysburg, San Juan Hill, the trenches in France, the Argonne Forest, the beaches of Normandy, the deserts of Africa, the jungles and rice paddies of Vietnam, and places like Panama, Somalia, Iraq, and Afghanistan. But this weekend and this particular Veterans Day has even deeper meaning. As Congressman Barr said, on the 11th minute, 11th hour, 11th day, 11th month of this year, we celebrated for 100th time the centennial of celebrating when peace broke out and the world started to return to a sense of normal.
The Thanksgiving holiday means changes to some city services. We'll explain after the break.
I'm Sergeant Randall Combs with the Lexington Police Traffic Unit. Accessible parking is a valuable and necessary resource for people with disabilities, and that includes the striped area next to accessible parking spots. These are access aisles, and it is illegal to park here, even if you have an accessible parking permit.
Access aisles are necessary for me to get into my vehicle. They are there because many of us need that space to use our ramps or to transfer into a wheelchair. It's frustrating when a car is parked in the access aisle because I don't have room to get into my van.
Police and LexPark are writing tickets when they see vehicles parked in an access aisle, and the fine is $250. Know where and where not to park. Keep the access aisles clear. Thank you, and drive safe.
We have an abundance of beauty and natural resources here in the Bluegrass. More miles of running water than any state in the continental U.S. You may not know it, but all our creeks and streams catch water directly from storm sewers on our streets. That means when someone tosses a cigarette butt on Main or Vine, chances are good it'll end up in Town Branch. Leave some pet waste on a sidewalk near Versailles Road, it goes into Wolf Run Creek. So please, don't trash the Bluegrass.
Welcome back to Lexington Now. Thanksgiving is this week, and that means a lot of changes to regular waste pickup. Lauren Monahan explained.
The Thanksgiving holiday is approaching, and with that comes some alterations in the waste collection schedule. If you receive regular waste collection through the city's Division of Waste Management on Thursdays or Fridays, you will be affected by this schedule. Those with Monday and Tuesday collections will not be affected by the Thanksgiving holiday. Those with Thursday and Friday collections will receive their makeup day on the Wednesday before the Thanksgiving holiday. This means that those with Thursday or Friday regular collections should have their carts out on Tuesday evening in time for the Wednesday makeup collection. If you have further questions about the altered collection schedule due to holidays, you can give us a call at LexCall 311 by calling 425-2255 or visit our website at www.lexingtonky.gov/livegreen.
After Thanksgiving, there's another form of waste you'll want to get rid of. I'm talking about turkey grease. Here are the details on this year's Gobble Grease Talk.
If you're frying a turkey on Thanksgiving, you're going to want to pay extra attention to the details of the gobble grease toss. We are having our annual cooking oil recycling collection the day after Thanksgiving on Friday, November 23rd from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. So as you're doing your Black Friday shopping, you can drop off your used cooking oil in a container with a lid to the Redwood School at 166 Crestwood Drive in Lexington. This is a really great partnership that the city has with the school and with the UK Center for Applied Energy Research and Kelly Green Biofuels in order to recycle used cooking oil into biofuel and other products. It's especially important for Redwood School because they focus on nature-based education, and their students and parents are really excited to help with the gobble grease toss. So if you fried your turkey this Thanksgiving, then please come out to the gobble grease toss the next day.
When you recycle, it takes something you have used and it turns it into something else that you can use. And then you can keep using and using that stuff to make new stuff.
At Redwood, we really care about the environment, and we really like, and we can take the gobble grease toss and we can help the earth, I guess.
I am a principal research scientist, and we try to leverage Kentucky's natural resources in order to provide for its energy needs. We have an ongoing project over at the Center for Applied Energy Research where we take different types of oils. These days we're focusing on waste oils, and we transform that into drop-in fuel like hydrocarbons, say diesel fuel or jet fuel. We're excited to partner with the community in a project that would bring the Redwood School, the Lexington community, as well as University of Kentucky students in order to use some of the science that we do to produce something that can be useful while at the same time eliminating a waste produced in Lexington.
Winter has given us a preview of the inevitable slide into snowy and icy weather. Are you prepared to drive safely? Here are some tips.
My name is Sergeant Donnell Gordon. I am actually the Public Information Officer. I'll go out and try to get information, promote the police department, and just show the citizens of Lexington some of the positive things that our officers do within the community. I know we kind of skipped the season of fall and went straight to winter, so being prepared for this type of season, make sure you have a plan before you go out and start thinking about some of the things that you're going to need. You need to have warm clothes on. There's no telling what can happen while you're driving around. Anything is possible, especially that's why we call it an accident. Just make sure you have warm clothes on, and it's not a bad idea to have some type of a blanket or something in the car. Due to the weather, it could take us a little bit of time just to get to you, and if you're in the car, it takes absolutely zero time for the car to easily cool off, and next thing you know, you're freezing. So just make sure that you wear the proper clothing during this time of the season. Make sure you have water available. Carry a water with you, so that way if you are stopped somewhere and don't have help, that you have a water bottle or something to kind of keep you occupied. Make sure that you have your cell phones and stuff charged up. A lot of times what happens is that once that car dies, you don't have a way to charge up your cell phone. So you definitely need to make sure your cell phone is charged before you go out. One key thing is that we see a lot is that people run out of gas. If you're out and about, or if you're in heavy traffic and there's a traffic accident, sometimes you just you're not going to be able to get to the gas station due to the road conditions. So make sure if it comes on your mind that maybe I should get some gas, go ahead and get some gas. Don't try to make it, just stop at the first gas station and get yourself some gas. One of the things that we want to stress is that make sure that you have a plan on the direction you want to go. Also have an idea if I do come to some type of traffic accident, that I have a different route that I can take. Inform people that you're going to see or the destinations that you're going. Inform them that, hey, I'm on my way. I should get there about this time, so that way they have an idea of how long it should take you. Also keep them updated if you do get involved in an accident, so that way they know what's going on with you. One thing that we also as a police department really want to stress, and please take heed to this, is that if you see an accident, especially on the New Circle Road or anything, anywhere where there's a double lane, please get over. It's extremely dangerous for officers to be on the side of the road trying to work to clear up the lane and then have people, when there's a wide open lane, not get over for us. You never know what could happen. You can lose control and also hit the officer or the pedestrian that's on the side of the road. So if you do see an accident, slow down, get over into the other lane, and then make it a safe passage for the officers. The one thing that the Lexington Police Department really wants to stress is for everybody just to take their time, make it to your family safe and sound, and just take your time, be patient, take a deep breath, relax, you'll get there. It may take a little bit longer, but as long as you get there, that's the ultimate goal. Be safe out there to the citizens of the community. The Lexington Police Department is always here for you. We're always thinking about you, and we want to make sure that everybody's safe this holiday season. If you're hearing that there's bad weather out there, don't go out and test that. I mean, one of the things that people do is they go out, they have their big four-wheel drive, but most of the accidents that we see are with vehicles with four-wheel drive, just for a simple fact that the roads are just that bad. So if you don't have to be out in this type of weather, don't go out. Stay home with your family, drink some chocolate, and hang out and eat some popcorn and watch a movie. So it's just one of those things that if you don't have to be out there, don't test it. It's not worth testing it, and we want everybody to make it through the holiday season and have a great season and be there for your family.
Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. And since we've no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Man, it doesn't show signs of stopping, and I brought me some corn for popping.
Happy holidays. This is Lieutenant David Jude of the Kentucky State Police wishing you and your family a very happy and safe holiday season. This is a time of year when we celebrate holiday traditions with family and friends, making memories that will last for years. It is also a time when alcohol is served at parties and get-togethers. Unfortunately for law enforcement, we see another side of this season when someone's life is cut short at the hands of a drunk driver. Every 30 minutes, someone is killed by a drunk driver. Every 2 minutes, someone is injured. You, your family, or your friends could be next. The Kentucky State Police wants you to know that we are taking action this holiday season by setting up safety checkpoints throughout the Commonwealth. If you are going to drink alcohol, please don't get behind the wheel. If you are hosting a party where alcohol will be served, make arrangements for a designated driver or cab service for your guests. This season, give the gift of life. Please don't drink and drive.
And even though it is cold outside, it's still fall, and that means the City of Lexington's annual vacuum leaf collection is in full swing. Jennifer Myatt fills us in on how to get the most of the city's help with collecting those leaves.
The weather has cooled down, and with it, the trees are starting to change color, and so it's almost time for leaf collection. Leaf collection for Lexington residents who have waste collection starts on November 5th this year. So you need to visit lexingtonky.gov/leaves to find out your leaf collection window for your neighborhood. There's a map on the website, and you can put in your address and find out the dates so you know when to put your leaves out. When preparing your leaves, please make sure to put them in the strip between the sidewalk and the street, or next to the street if you don't have a sidewalk. Don't ever put leaves in the street because those can clog storm drains and cause traffic hazards for cars and cyclists. So make sure you're responsible with your leaves and you make sure to put them in the grassy area between the sidewalk and the street. In addition to finding your address on the website, you can also sign up for 311 alerts. And basically, you put in either your email address or your phone number, and we can send you a text or an email notifying you about your leaf collection dates, but also other city events and waste collection changes. So if you're interested in that, you can find that information on the leaf collection website as well. If you miss leaf collection on your street, or you have leaves that fall out of your collection window either before or after, There are other options for disposing of your leaves as well. You have your gray yard waste cart, and that can be put out every week with your recycling and trash carts. And there's also yard waste bags that are included in the At Your Service newsletter that you received earlier this month. If you've run out of leaf collection coupons that were in the At Your Service newsletter, you can call LexCall and schedule a chance to pick up some more at the Government Center. So you have other options if the leaf collection window doesn't work for you.
Because of the Thanksgiving holiday, there are no televised meetings scheduled for this week on Lex TV. But when there are, you can catch them here or on our live stream at lexingtonky.gov. That's all for this week. You can keep up with us on social media and check out the latest traffic updates on Twitter at LexRec or catch our live traffic cams on lexingtonky.gov. And mark your calendars for Sunday, November 25th for an open house at Lexington's historic courthouse that will run from 9 to 5. For the staff and producers at Lex TV, I'm Neil Noah, and that's it for now.